Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's watch party for In Search of Legends. It's going to be the 1984 classic Supergirl. As always, I'm Andrew, and I'm joined by Dom. Hello, Dom.
Hello,
Yes,
everybody.
I'm pointing up on my screen. Dom's up here, but I think on your screen, I can't. That way?
Possibly. That way? Well, on my screen, you are here.
No, he's that way. He's that way. Sorry,
yeah.
he's that way. He's that way. I don't know my left and right. Okay, everybody. So today's film, as we said, is Supergirl. We're going to be watching the international cut, as it's known, which is 2 hours and 4 minutes long. And the sync point, because the film's had many releases, will be where it says Alexander Solkind presents in silver on the screen. So while everyone's getting set up, let's go through and do the roll call. Let's see who's joining us today over on our Discord. Okay, I can see, excuse me, I can see we've got Alex Peacock, Icy Matty, we've got Zachary, we've got Sharon, we've got Dave Holcomb 8, then we've got David Mace, welcome back. We've got Brainwire, we got Sharon Calbot, Chaosphere, Mad Matt, and Jedi Wizard, and we've got Scott J, we've got Phonic, we've got Leanne, we've got Robin, our CEO, who's looking forward to tonight. I think everyone's looking forward to this. Oh, Edward the Black Prince, welcome. You just made it. So, Dom, while everyone's just getting queued up, again, obviously, this film's older than you. Like everything.
Yep, again.
Like everything.
I think The Rocketeer so far has been the only film that's not older than me.
Oh, wow. Stephen Patterson. Welcome, Stephen. Hey, Andrew. It's me, Stephen Patterson from Plantation, Florida, USA. Welcome, Stephen. It's great to have you joining us over on YouTube. Oh, and oh, wow. Dave Holcomb's following along with both. Sharon says everything is older than Dom, I think.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, Dom, was this a film you saw on sort of BBC probably when it was broadcast?
Oh, yeah. It was one of those holiday movies that was always around Christmas, New Year's-y time.
Easter,
Yeah, all of the holidays. Because I was a huge Superman fan from the first 3 films. Not the 4th one. but I remember catching this, and as a kid, I was like always waiting for Superman to appear. And I think as a young boy, I looked lesser on this film because of that, because I was like, where is Superman? Dang it, I need my Superman. And I gave it a bad rap, and I think it's due for... This is one of the first times that I can recall I'm rewatching it with adult mindset, so this should be fun, because I can...
Who's got the adult mindset, Dom? Me? I don't think either, to be honest.
Fair enough.
I can see Dave's
But looking
Empire...
at it with more educated eyes is going to be better.
Yeah, well, Dave's Empire 1981 is joining us over on YouTube saying he loves this movie and he grew up watching it. Well, I can't wait. So, Dom, you do the countdown for us, please.
Okay, so we will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play.
Oh, that score immediately.
Yeah.
Jerry Goldsmith was absolutely on fire. I could just sit here and listen to the score constantly. I love this
sequence as well.
Yeah,
it's way better than other Superman movies now that I'm watching it. It's really nice.
It's quite different. From what it looks like, they basically wrote all the words out in sort of steel and shot them at the camera by looks of it, which is really cool. So I wonder what happened to all these name
physical.
Yeah. It's
they're hanging in someone's locker room somewhere. Someone owns these cutouts.
Oh, they'd be so cool to have. But I love this score. Now, what's really interesting is originally Jerry Goldsmith was asked to do the score for Superman the movie that came out in 1978. But he was busy working on other projects, so the work went to John Williams. As you all know, the iconic theme was created. Now, the question is this score, this incredible score, possibly what we might have had for the Superman score if it had been Goldsmith's?
I can only imagine it would be. I mean, if
I
you're
don't
given the
know.
job
Similar.
3 movies in, instead of the first movie, you'd just use the stuff you were using previously.
Oh, Onzi's with us as well. Welcome, Onzi. The thing is, though, in some of the promotional material that came out for this film, they very sort of cheaply dubbed the Amazing Superman march over footage of this film for a trailer for it. I mean, we're seeing so many of the crew from Superman the movie were involved in this, but if you listen to watch those trailers with the Supergirl footage with the Superman theme, it doesn't work as well. It really doesn't. I found
suppose
that
you associate it so closely with the.
I don't know. There's
big
something.
guy.
I don't know. There's a lighter sense. There's more of an. I don't know. It just seems to fit better. I mean, what does our chat think? Onzi, yes, we have started. We are just getting to the end of the amazing title credits. We're about 2 minutes and 30 seconds in. Now we're seeing Argo City, which in some comics was a city on the planet of Krypton, and a planetary explosion as the planet was falling apart caused this city, or melted plastic thing, as it is here, to drift off into its own dimension or space. It's Argo City. That's right, Icy Matty. I love the look of this, though. It's kind of organic. Even the interior Argo City, it looks, for a set that features in the film for such a short time, it's a pretty good set. Again, this is something we're going to see throughout this film. Everybody brings their A game to it. Welcome, Neil. Welcome, Neil. Who says, greetings from Argo City, where the 60s never ended.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of got Blake 70 kind of vibes. I know that's more 70s, but British 70s, I guess, might have been more English. Well,
it does look a bit, but it's quite a decent sized set.
It's an incredible set. It's most likely a hotel that's been decorated, but still, the decoration is top notch. It looks very, like you said, organic.
Yeah, the Krypton hippie commune. Well, if you look at it, though, it kind of features in what she's about to say. If you saw Zoltar's creating this tree, which looks very similar to sort of the architecture there, she says he created this place. So one can assume Zoltar is the architect of this kind of city, which is why it all kind of looks generated by him.
Mm.
And Dave says this set is gorgeous. It really is. And legendary Peter O'Toole.
Mm-hmm.
I get the feeling that Peter O'Toole picked his costume himself.
He just brought it from home.
I think he possibly is wearing clothes from home here. If you look, everyone else is wearing sort of flowing robes, and he's wearing a tie and a very attractive jumper.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I would wear my own clothes, thank you.
I brought my own ascot. Just carrying it in his back pocket.
the Omega Hedron. Yes, Mad Matt, I'd agree with you. It seems very similar, inspired by the crystalline structure of the Fortress of Solitude, almost maybe an imitation or the nearest thing that they can create compared to it.
It's like an Art Deco version. Well, not Art Deco, but it's if the Fortress of Solitude was created by Da Vinci, you could argue this was created by Picasso.
Yes.
It's far more flowy, and it takes liberties with conventional structure for sure. It's even like that's a painting in the back, right? The background was that painting?
I think it must be a lot of it. Oh, what a weird extra they've had. We want you two to walk behind the main actress, holding a child, carrying a child with you.
It's like I said, this is a hotel that's been set designed. That was just a family going to their room.
again, look, great. We've got Mia Farrow here.
Yeah. I always did want more Superman stuff to happen
Yeah.
outside of Earth.
So the first thing a naive young girl creates is a scary dragonfly.
That
Look,
is
I mean,
quite terrifying,
she
actually.
creates nightmare fuel as her first thing.
Just tread on that one of the great power sources. It's fine.
Yeah. Neil says, you can ask how Kara knew about her cousin on Earth. She paid her money to watch the films, of course, like everyone else. Well, there's actually some dialogue here that would explain that quite possibly Superman has been to Argo City in this universe, due to where Argo City is located. Zoltar will explain in a moment.
The damn thing's enormous as well. That is going to go and haunt some poor child.
The other thing I'm struggling with is the main character being called Zoltar, and who would pay to see Peter O'Toole, a Peter O'Toole Zoltar booth from Big, with him in the jumper.
Yeah.
But again, we're seeing some great practical
Zoltar.
stunt work and effects. Even the way she's kind of sucked towards and pulled up through the.
Yeah. The special effects, the set decoration.
Yeah. I love the fact that everyone else is really so just non-bothered about it, apart from her family for most of it.
Yeah.
It takes very serious actors to deliver silly dialogue like this.
It does, yeah. It's great.
That's wonderful.
They're also British as well. Like every Doesn't Marlon Brando even do a British? No, he doesn't, does he?
No.
Nah. I'm
Childish game.
It is incredibly silly dialogue, and
yeah,
it is
but that's what's
great
great
taking
with
it
it
seriously.
So
these chairs look so uncomfortable. Oh wait, they're not chairs. What are they? Just parts of the egg?
It closes. It's the Traveller, it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Kara really needs some parental supervision.
Yeah.
Again, this is really quite cool. We practical effects here. It doesn't take long to get her underway as Supergirl. I mean, we're 10 minutes in and she's already on her way.
She tried to kill everyone on Argo, and now she's flying away.
But again, you're going to hear me say something I've said on previous watch parties. Oh, here we go. I should be safe. So this is the explanation that she will always have powers once she leaves. Even if she came back, she'd have her powers. So that's kind of implied at the end of the film, and also possibly how we could explain Superman has maybe been to see the residents of Argo City, because he would also not lose his powers. But again, as I've said on previous watch parties, anything with the Jerry Goldsmith score, you're just going through it and everything's great.
Just being taken along for the ride, which is phenomenal.
The score is just wonderful. And this is some of the footage that was used in Superman the movie, where it was going through the macro universe, which is what they used when Jor-El was explaining about the galaxy to Clark.
Yeah.
Neil says Kryptonian technology is supposed to be one of the most powerful and advanced in the universe, but they don't know about any backup power supplies.
I was going to say, most of the people on that city don't seem to
care,
be of the scientific mindset.
No. Unless they're so scientific that that's why they weren't processing her in danger.
Potentially.
Wow. Now that is a luxurious 80s picnic. Soup, a tiger, and
a whole
champagne.
pineapple.
And a pineapple.
Wait, you don't have your picnics atop a tiger spread with a whole pineapple and a bowl of soup?
I mean, the best way to describe these two... Why does there a sign on the tree saying only you? Is that supposed to be only you can prevent forest fires? Can one of our American friends confirm that? Now, if you were British, well, of course you're British, Don, and any of our British friends, you know, these villains in this, what I love about them is they are what you would call pantomime villains.
Oh, yes, 100%.
100% over the top. You'd imagine with a little moustache and a beard and tweaking it and my next nefarious plan.
Explaining everything. Just perfectly diabolical.
It is.
And the older I get, the more I vibe with them. I don't know what that says about me. Just plop.
Dave Holcomb says, the Nigel guy always annoyed me. Well, Peter Cook is tremendous in a lot of things. And quite frankly, the fact he wasn't swearing every other word when they filmed this was incredible.
Great restraint.
Yeah. I love the fact she just says random nonsense.
Oh yeah, she's a witch, right? She's some kind of...
Well, she thinks she is.
Poor Nige.
Oh dear. So much wood in the car.
I know.
Now that is supposed to be something what we just heard on the radio there about Superman being absent, apart from getting him out of the movie, they retconned that with Superman Returns, whereby they said it was supposedly the same mission where he disappeared for years and gone back to Krypton. Now we're about to see probably my favorite sort of 5 minutes of the movie. This is incredible. And I'm genuinely not joking, because it establishes Supergirl so fantastically. And then we have what still today is probably the best flying in-camera wire work I've ever seen. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Definitely. Any scene of Kara flying in this film is just superbly done.
What we're about to see, though, this sequence is referred to in a moment as the Flying Ballet.
The rocks on this planet, they're so easy to crumble.
And it's also worth noting as well that Helen Slater did most of her own wire work, if not all of it, for the film.
It's not easy. I've been on some wires.
Well, when you see the stuff that she does in this, it was from doing ballet and gymnastics as well, which she really, really trained hard for the part of Supergirl, which also is brilliant because she made herself so different from Christopher Reeve's Superman, who is legendary, but equally she's not just rehashing the same character.
Yeah. She's not just Superman as girl.
Yeah. Here we go. I absolutely think this sequence is just brilliant. This is as someone said in our chat, who was it? Said Fraglord, a lost art of cinema. It really is. it's in a minute. She does this absolutely sort of incredible. She does a couple of cartwheels, but then she does kind of this sort of flip into a flying position, and then flies across the lake here.
That's beautiful.
That is an incredible bit of filmmaking.
Yeah.
And there's the real kind of element of joy about her flying here. I love this scene.
I mean, who doesn't
And
want to fly?
Yeah. But again, we're hearing that score as well. You can really see how much, I mean, obviously everyone wants to fly, like you say, but you can, she's really conveying the feeling of freedom. He's walking home with his tiger rug. Oh, Fraglord, that's true, but harsh. In Snyder's Supergirl, she would have killed a deer in the woods on her way out.
Oh man, I want to ride a horse again. It's been too long since I've ridden a horse.
Is it?
I live
They've
in
been
Vegas,
scared away
which is
by
like cowboy town.
They've been scared away by flying Supergirls.
I believe so. Yeah, it's a common nuisance over here in the States, having these superhumans just floating around everywhere. It's quite bothersome. Don't get that in the UK. We just get some blue phone box that appears every now and then.
That's right. Again, really nicely shot, because that's a real sunset, obviously, that shot with.
People don't take into consideration how the sun can make or break a scene.
And let's not forget as well, though, how short a time frame they would have had to have shot that shot.
Mm-hmm. Moments, like minutes.
Yeah. She does live in a very Batman 66 type thing. She lives in a ghost train.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Probably the biggest ghost train I've ever seen.
Look how
that's fortunate.
It
it's perfect fit.
Yeah.
They're threatening to cut the water off to her ghost train.
How'd she get water to it?
Don't know.
She got a point.
Yes. I'll be fair, Bianca's quite well written in that she's more of a foil for a lot of her, rather than, obviously she was inspired by kind of the Otis character of Superman. If we can pay Selina to be a, you know, sort of the Lex Luthor type, but it's very different. And again, more wonderful sort of flying. I mean, obviously this is imposed, but it's still, for the time, it looks great.
The cape looks to be fluttering as
well. It will be probably the similar thing that they used with Superman. There's actually a cape fluttering device. Seriously, they put under his cape when he's basically a cape flutterer. Again, great score. Now we're seeing her bracelet that's linked to the Omega Hedron.
Her Fitbit. She's reached her steps.
That's right. That's right.
By flying.
And Everybody, I'd just like to take a moment to announce we are about to see the world's two most stupid men. And this scene was deleted from many, several cuts of it, but it was put back in the international cut. Okay, we got to get well, I don't know if it would be a cameo before he was majorly famous, from Max Headroom's own Matt Frewer. Here we go.
This jerk's taking up the entire road as well.
Yeah.
Pick a lane.
Well, he's driving a big truck. Two of them are. Takes big men to drive a big truck with lots of lights on it.
Yes, yes, it does.
Yes. I'm quite surprised that A&W Root Beer didn't have a problem with him wearing A&W merch when he's an attempted sex predator. Well, Onzi's thing, was he the trucker here? He's the guy with the orange baseball cap.
God,
So we're going to pick up So we're going to assault a young woman who claims to be Superman's cousin. After the first reaction from her, I think I would know. Yeah, when she effortlessly lifts you off the ground by your chin.
Mm.
All right, I'm going to phrase this very carefully. So she uses her super breath to push him through the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
very well done there, avoiding certain words.
Thank you. Now she uses her laser vision to melt the knife in his hand, and he still thinks, hey,
he's got a chance.
I've got a chance.
How successful of a bully was he in high school where he believes...
Sorry, Dom, just to interrupt for a second. When the guy who's been kicked between the legs speaks, I want him to talk in a high-pitched voice.
I do understand why that scene was cut. Having Kara's first interaction with humanity being that disgustingly negative, I understand why you'd cut it from the film.
Oh, without a doubt.
I want to go to this party.
Such an 80s party.
Yeah. Leave me to my thoughts.
In the UK, I suppose we'd call her Ghost Train a bed sit, wouldn't we? Because it's a bed, kitchen, living room all in one.
Yeah. Even her outfits are amazingly stunning.
Yes.
But like you said, it's very pantomime. She's such a loud personality on screen.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like a pantomime outfit she's wearing.
Yeah, exactly.
Really is. Oh, it's the 80s. Everybody smokes.
Even the glass is apparently smoked.
Yes, yes. I don't think that lump of pineapple looks like it's been there a while. It's rather brown. Oh,
Oof.
I think I'd probably rather eat the dehydrated scorpion than that rather brown looking pineapple.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a nice crunchy snack.
Dun dun dun.
You will rue this day.
You start
Angrily
ruining,
steps off
rue some
screen.
more. Yes.
The kids in the audience clap and cheer.
Yeah.
He's behind you.
Kara, your bracelet's coming off.
Yep.
Again, I'm going to assume this falls under the Superman 4 power category, that she's got the ability to spawn random clothing.
Yeah. It's the least talked about Superman power.
Oh, welcome. Ian Birchall's joined us over on YouTube. So,
okay, I have seen ladies pitch softballs at like lightning fast speeds, and it's one of the most terrifying
well, one of the
things.
fastest pitchers in the world is actually a lady.
Yeah, the way they like hurricane their arms around and just pitch, it is petrifying to see.
I'm struggling to understand this. So she can look at things. Like she looks at the rucksack and she looks at the other girl's clothes and can kind of replicate them, and hair dye, as we see here.
Oh yeah. That was
Can one of
very
our
well done as
ladies in
well.
chat, like Sharon, please confirm for me, do women have the ability to spontaneously manifest clothing and accessories when they walk behind trees? I'm unsure of this. Leanne, if you can answer that as well, please.
Of course they do.
You
That
see,
explains why my wife gets all the clothes that
yes,
she
exactly. I
definitely
mean,
doesn't purchase.
exactly. With my wife, I mean, she assures me she doesn't buy more handbags, but we
Or keep
have
spawning.
we have a lot of them. Yes.
It just started and it's already a. Is that Tums? Oh no, it's Tylenol.
Tylenol.
I love it.
Now, one thing I'm going to keep an eye on here is this is filmed in the UK, and this is actually a British school they're using. It's supposed to be in America, so I'm going to look for British plug sockets where they haven't changed them.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is where we see she's obviously got some knowledge of Clark and Superman.
I'm so proud of these ne'er-do-wells nailing a teacher's desk
shut.
Bravo, pranksters, bravo. Why was there green lightning coming from her hands?
It's supposed to be, I think, that her fingers were moving so quick, but they imposed it over her hand, not moving very quickly. I'd agree with you there, Phonic. Yeah, her disguise, her hair changing color, and her mannerism does seem to work reasonably well.
It's far better than a pair of glasses and unslouching, or
I don't
slouching even.
know. I don't know. I don't know.
Such an inspiring principle.
Yes.
You got me looking for English things now. Oh,
Yep.
English snacks? Oh yeah,
Hey,
A&W, proper
that's not
English.
British. That's not British.
No, not at all. Same thing happens every time I enter a room. Come on,
definitely,
plugs, where are you?
definitely the 80s with that exercise bike there.
Oh yes, those chairs, those plastic chairs that stack upon everything. Some frosted flakes in the corner there.
Well, here's a very interesting 80s fact. You see on top of her wardrobe, there's a TV set.
Hmm.
That was a black and white portable TV set that we had when I was a kid, with the same one as that. And it was dreadful. It was designed to go in a caravan because you could run it off 12 volts.
Perfect. Mm.
Yes, Lois's sister's younger, Sharon.
This kind of cute calling back to the other movies in the franchise is
It-
so pleasant.
yeah.
It's the kind of stuff you see in Marvel movies nowadays where they name drop like Tony Stark
Oh,
and
that's not
all
aged
that
well.
kind of
She's got a
stuff.
cutout of Prince Andrew on a wall.
Ooh, ooh. Wait, what was she reading then? Oh, it's
Hulk,
the
I think.
Hulk.
Oh, yours, Lois's sister. She's never. Hang on. Which? How many sisters is Lois supposed to have? Because didn't she make reference in one of the Superman movies to a sister, a mortgage, and 3 kids?
Potentially. Could be a large family.
They must have manufactured. In the continuity, I think Lois has only got one sister. That's such an amazing photo of Reeva's Superman, though.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. I think I've got a copy of that poster somewhere around here. I wish I knew where one was.
In universe, who had the cojones to take that picture?
Well, it might just be an inspirational shot because don't forget he would have done stuff for kids and
Oh,
community and
yeah.
things.
Just realised they don't really explain how she gets the costume. Is that just
Magic,
Kryptonian?
a wizard did it.
Yeah. Oh, these computers, they're amazing. I would have killed to have computers like that in my school. Well, computers in general, I had none. I had a computer room with like 3 computers.
Wow. Tell you what they were.
Again, Faye Dunaway's costume is just amazing.
Okay, I don't know what those computers were, but we'll see some other computers in a minute that would be incredibly rare for America when we go back to the classroom.
Dude, you're taking down. Okay, I thought he was trimming that entire log with
Branch, that entire trunk of the tree.
Why was he trimming a branch shirtless?
Pruning. He's pruning because it's warm outside.
No one else is shirtless. In fact, that guy's got 2 layers on.
Oh, she's got a page coming in.
Yep.
Oh, now this is... There we go. If you look in the background now, we see some computers with red liner keys at the top. They are Acorn BBC Micros, which were very, very rarely sold in America, but were prevalent in the UK.
There we go. We found some things that wouldn't exist.
Do you get the feeling that obviously because this kind of school, they were trying to make it look American, they just added Americana to every room as part of the set dressing? There's a couple of small flags crossed. There's an NFL random photograph in the classroom.
That's what I was thinking, yeah, because the 2 American flags that are crisscrossed, I was like, would American schools have the flags just randomly in one corner of the room like that? And just NFL memorabilia in the wall? An otherwise blank wall? Ah, yes, the crazy weather making people smarter.
Yeah.
Ouch. Don't be smarter than you are because people will think ill of you.
Do American girls play this type of hockey? This is like British.
Because this is the British hockey, yeah.
This is British girl hockey, as I'd probably call it. That they play in our schools. Do American girls play this type?
I can also say those hockey sticks can obliterate a shin. They are very strong.
Sharon's saying they don't in the US. Oh, it's strange that they'd include this. This is cool, but I do have an issue with it because surely the other girl would have to have been throwing the ball if it was to shatter on Supergirl's skin and not break off, when you can throw a ball, hit a hockey ball at a wall like that really hard and it won't do that.
Exactly. She would have killed her. The girl's got some guns on her.
Neil says, enjoy your game, Linda. Meanwhile, Argo City's dying. Now, this could realistically happen, as strange as it sounds. If we talk about like with Nightmare on Elm Street 2, where we talk about burning water, the potential for this for people to get severely burnt. Many years, well, not many years, about 8 years ago, I was staying on a caravan site, and all the caravans were hooked up. Well, they all had little boilers in them, but there was no what's called a thermostatic safety valve on the shower. And what happened was, when I was in the shower, the flow rate of the water dropped, which meant the water was spending more time being heated. And I got scolded quite badly all down my front in the shower by water that went from hot to scalding hot. So yeah, it is possible to do that. No, Onzi says, we never had naked male and female group showers here in Canada. How did this become a thing in the US? We had communal showers at my secondary school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say as well, the effects when she had her super hearing kick in, they were fantastic. They were really well done.
You can't fault any of the effects.
No, yeah, they're great.
Lucy's got a lot of very clean crockery by her bed. Oh dear, not Jimmy.
Again, all these callbacks to
Yeah.
the in-universe characters.
This is where the film does fall down a bit for me. So is that Lois's mother then we're seeing there?
I suppose
And then in
to be.
theory, that's General Sam Lane next to her mother. Unless it's her mother divorced Sam, and yeah, it's...
Maybe that's why Lois doesn't count her as her sister.
Maybe.
I can't imagine she married into the Lane family, though, so...
So Midvale's just outside Chicago in this world. I mean, it's relatively close to Chicago we're seeing there on that map, which means I have questions later in the film. In a moment.
If you get to question geography, I get to question why the costume exists. How did she get it?
I'll go for that. Magic. Okay. She watches baseball games for free.
Lucky son of a gun. And movies.
Oh, what film
with
is
crystal
that?
clarity.
Can anyone tell me what film that is in the chat? That'd be fantastic.
I suppose you've never been to a drive-in, have you, Andrew?
Nope. Nope.
They're quite good, actually. When COVID struck, the drive-in theater in Vegas became very popular. As you can imagine, because you can go see films without being trapped in a cinema with people. This wall art is... I need this in an apartment. I want her life.
Okay, so the film on screen was apparently either Mad Map 42 says it was Psycho, and Neil Whaley over on YouTube says it was Psycho 2 on the drive-in movie theater.
Psycho 2 was in color, wasn't it?
Where do you get these crazy... Oh, I suppose you can buy... Okay, it's pre-internet, so where would you buy crazy books like that?
Oh, it's good. Dan Aykroyd's probably got a shop somewhere.
Yes.
If that's the way they enter and exit the house, how is it for sale and not purchased by hipsters? This is incredible.
This is, yeah.
Got a great front yard as well. Like, this is prime real estate.
She got a potpourri stand next. No, when the fair closed, there's a potpourri stand next to the ghost house.
It's got a doorbell.
But when I go to the fair, I want to maybe go and have a ride, maybe get something deep fried to harden my arteries. I don't want to buy potpourri. Yeah.
And of course,
So Sharon says, eat a hot dog, buy some potpourri.
Yeah, it's all part of the the event.
I kind of would have liked to have seen an ongoing joke with Bianca walking back and forth with fairground food constantly.
Yeah.
That was kind of like they had a massive stock of it.
You will have to give me a timestamp. My HBO Max decided to freeze on me.
Okay, we're just coming up to 47 minutes and about 12 seconds.
Awesome. Okay.
Schlitz malt liquor.
So the school hires a custodian gardener that's in the yellow pages rather than have like someone come and attend the school grounds regularly.
Maybe it was just for tree surgeon. They've got like a janitor who does custodian who does sort of the lawn cutting, but maybe it's a state where tree surgery is regulated. That's a good point, Fraglord. Supergirl and the bad guys seem to have almost no screen time together. Do they ever meet in real life? And Dave Holcomb says everybody in this movie is thirsting over someone else.
Yeah.
Why? Well, Sharon says no one keeps toothpicks behind their ears. I don't think he is. I think it's actually stuck in that incredible mane of hair he's got. Right. Fraglord said, seen a couple of other reasons, never anything Slater. Fraglord, if you want to watch another movie with Helen Slater in it, watch The Legend of Billie Jean. It is brilliant. Which I'm sure our chat will agree with me about. That is such an 80s costume he's wearing.
I was about to say, how do you have so many zippers?
Yeah. You unzip one of these zips for me. Do the sleeveless sleeves unzip?
Hopefully. Otherwise, what's the point?
Alex says, is that supposed to be a poncho or a jacket? It's a leisure suit.
It's a leisure suit, yes.
Yes.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
Yes.
Poncho, jacket, who knows?
Oh, good one, Neil. Ruthless People is another Helen Slater classic.
It's all functioning.
So that's random.
How could you sleep?
If she's moaning about her utility bills at the start of the film, surely turning all this off would provide some decent power savings. That jacket is amazing.
It's so distracting.
I tell you what it reminds me of. If you've ever seen National Lampoon's European Vacation, or European Vacation, as it is to some, there's a bit where they all start wearing really strange outfits.
Oh yes, the Leisure Suit Larry jokes are coming in now.
That's right.
It's really hard to slam a swinging door.
It is. Oh, she's chewing on every bit of scenery.
Oh, yes.
Tremendous.
Like the pantomime villain she was born
Hang
to
on,
be.
isn't he back out the front again?
He just walked up the
Gone quite a distance.
Yeah, he's in town already. Ah, Bianca.
I have to deliver all my dialogue like this.
Because I am the villain. If she doesn't tie the hunk to a... She has a train track in her house as well.
She does.
She has to tie him to it and diabolically laugh.
Yeah, Onzi's right. There's a lot of repeated sound effects used for Superman 3 in this movie because they were made about the same time with the same effects people. That noise, that kind of throbbing noise, is the noise when Superman faded out of Clark Kent and Superman.
Mm.
Robin's saying we're just having the best time. We are.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of direction he was given.
So this scene is brilliant. Really, look, she flies in.
Yeah.
Really, just nice little bits like that in this film.
The same with Superman 3, having the costume changes be so organically and quickly done, like without skipping a beat. It's wonderful.
Well, Scott J says, did I get Popeye's chicken and biscuits to eat while watching this? Yes, I did.
Oh man, I should have done the same thing as a Popeye's just down the road from me.
I like Popeyes. I have to go to London for a Popeyes, and it's not the same.
No, it's not. I didn't even know there was a Popeyes in London.
It's the only one in the UK at the moment. Everyone's saying I love Popeyes. Okay, random question for the chat. What's better, Popeyes or KFC?
Raising Cane's.
No, everyone's saying Popeyes.
Mm-hmm. What is that store behind them?
I don't know. Is it like a Halloween store or it could be an arcade? Oh no, it's
a fashion store?
Madison's Fashions, is it? Neil wants to know why is one guy eating with his shirt open. It was the 80s. It was a different time.
Exactly. I mean, if you can cut trees with your shirt off, why can't you eat Popeyes?
Yeah.
Jimmy looks like he just stepped out of the 1950s. Look at him with his bow tie. Sweater vest.
But again, we're going to see some great stuff here.
I think that's the kind of restaurant where you can just leave your food unattended at the table and
to be fair, they've got about 15 friends waiting at the table because they seem to have bought food for everybody.
Even worse, the friends would have
eaten it. Yeah. Oh, wow. Scott J says, I was so scared of machinery coming to life and killing me as a child. I wonder if there's a name for that. The car, Christine, Maximum Overdrive, all terrifying me. Right. I'm going to say this now. Cars is an unofficial sequel to Maximum Overdrive.
It makes the movie far better. Cars, not Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
I love Maximum Overdrive. I am more of a Christine fan, though.
But then you can think about it in the Cars world, there's certain stuff on the cars they can't maintain themselves. So inevitably, they've got a subset of humans that they've enslaved to maintain them.
Of course. Oh, these poor cars.
Wow.
Ooh, I would not want to tumble on that asphalt. That looks
Painful.
gritty and
But
glass
this is
covered.
quite impressive because this is a set built in the UK. This whole, oh, that was quite a nice. I don't know if that was a stunt or not. Did she really get hit by a car there?
I know. That's what I was about to say. I was just like taken aback by it. But yeah, this entire town is an amazing set.
It really is. And the village people are having their lunch.
Really opens up the feng shui of this place when
the
wall is. I like how everyone is just like casually walking beside, going like, huh, poor guy.
Yes, Mad Matt says, looks like many extras were harmed in the making of this motion picture.
And they didn't hear all the ruckus.
Yeah, with her super hearing, she didn't hear it. But the fact is, Lucy is the only one to intervene in the moment.
Yeah, it's more of a walk away than a runaway, really.
Even shirtless guy doesn't.
Yeah, shirtless guy, the hero of the film.
Even that stunt's quite dangerous because she ran directly in front of the truck at pretty close proximity. Yes, Alex,
God,
exactly.
Of course, there's a wedding.
Alex, exactly. And Jimmy again, not taking any pictures. Perry's going to be
He
annoyed.
never does.
Nope.
Ah, yes.
I think Tylenol must also be a product placement because there's a big billboard for it as well as being on his desk. Oh.
I always get knocked out when that little bit of my shoulder gets hurt mildly. Sends me right to sleep.
And this is why you can't pump your own gas.
Exactly.
Except if you live in the UK.
Where you will never get anyone pump your gas for you.
No. One thing I don't like is this weird sped up thing they keep doing with her.
Yeah.
Look, it's gasoline. It's quite a distance away. No one try and put the pump back away or push the emergency stop button for the petrol station. Here we go. But again, this is a great scene. We're going to see some really good sort of practical effects, special effects and stunts here.
That's convenient. Yeah, that's just great.
What, the water tower?
Cable work. Yeah, the convenient water tower.
Oh, yeah. But this is some great stuff. Sharon says, does no one here know how to dial 911? And Scott J says, is it even a real 80s movie if a gas station doesn't explode?
Exactly. I suppose in the Superman universe, people have gotten kind of tired of calling 911. They don't need to. They just scream for Superman.
Well, you think Jimmy might, with his experience... What?
So Superman has, is it a bird?
Okay.
Is it a plane? No, it's a Superman. And Supergirl has, is it a storm dragon?
I'm going to also. So she. So she's unhooking the thing and leaving her friend in the vehicle that's just carrying on.
Yep.
Yep. Surely just stop it. Oh, and it glides to a gentle halt.
Mm-hmm. What happened to sisters before misters, eh?
Yeah. Yes, as Sharon says, she could stop the thing altogether.
Has his midday, like, shadow got worse? Swipe that margarine off your lens.
I love you.
Again, you just got something on the lens there. Let me just
It's a
get that for you.
bit much at the edges with the softening on the lens.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. Only a mild concussion.
And she's only looking just over there to see. Also, Jimmy is the biggest D-bag potential boyfriend ever.
Yeah.
All this is happening,
Taking
and he's not.
pictures of it.
No, he's not even taking pictures of anything.
Oh, he did when there was chaos, and then he left.
Yeah, but he hasn't come over. He hasn't ran over to chase her to see how she is. Oh, here he is. About time.
I think he's really sweet on me. He's gonna leave me in a truck that drives itself to death.
That's the point. Has Jimmy in any of the Superman films ever done anything heroic? Even in Superman 3, not really. He just disobeyed a fireman.
In danger.
Yeah, disobeyed a fireman. Sharon says Jimmy is the worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would say is a bit strange is the looming Superman is not mentioned very much in this story. There's not even a mention of, aren't you worried Superman could stop you?
Yeah.
And
Maybe
even for her to
she's
say,
that confident because he's left the planet briefly.
yeah, but even for the one to say to the other to mention, but he's not here, yes. Or thank God Superman isn't here.
Mm.
I want to know if some of this was improvised.
Yeah. I'd love to watch a movie of just these two, just as a comedy duo. They're amazing together. Looks like a nice mahogany desk there.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that it was an invisible monster.
That's what she's conjured up.
Yeah.
But the film has the action coming quite thick and fast now.
Yeah.
Because we've just had one big action sort of set piece with
where an entire set was pretty much obliterated.
Yeah, but we've had that, and now we are probably less than 10 minutes later. We're about to get another action set piece.
Yeah.
We're only halfway through the film, which is quite thick and fast, actually.
She has unfortunately kind of forgotten her mission to get the Omega
Hedron. Omega Hedron. I lost the Omega Hedron.
Get it right.
Such a gold
How
bullion
ca-
bar on the signing in
Oh
sheet.
yeah, as a paperweight.
Yes.
She's just sitting there sipping away at her whiskey by the look of it,
Yep.
judging Kara for coming in late.
Well, shut your door, Kara.
When you're in love, you do crazy things like leave the door open.
I've got to be honest, with scenes like this, we're relatively quiet. And I think that's because Helen Slater's she's very good in this film.
Yeah,
It's,
I was about to say it's like really wholesome and adorable, and it's the
yeah.
kind of thing you expect. If you
And
could
again,
imagine a teenager who hasn't experienced anything, this is the kind of thing they'd do.
yeah. But again, we're about to have a really great little sequence here and some really nice special effects. We're going to have another one of these great transitions.
Do you think they toyed around with the idea of having it be visible, and then thought
No, I
it's going to
don't
look
think.
too goofy?
I think so. I think it's a great idea to do this actually because it looks. There we go. Really
Poor
nice little
Kara.
transition again.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah, Dave Holcomb saying, I love practical effects. This film just has so many good practical effects.
Definitely, for sure.
Oh no, the A&W root beer machine is damaged.
It's the kid's only source of nutrition. Oh, wait, no, there's another one 5 feet from it.
Well, Scott J says Nigel has foreshadowing, commenting earlier about needing to be invisible to conquer the world.
Well, there you go.
This flying stuff's quite nice here as well.
Yeah.
Bonzi, I agree with you. He says, good, I hate root beer. I hate root beer too.
I hate root beer, but I love Mr. Pibb and Dr. Pepper, which is the closest to root beer I think any other soda could be.
Well, Neil says loves the music in this scene. It's true. The music is just A+ throughout the film. All the score is brilliant.
The score, the special effects,
yeah,
it's always top notch.
Exactly. Fraglord says the shots are so wide with large views, it makes them epic. It really does look great. In fact, in some ways, I think Supergirl possibly has more action in her film than Superman does in most of the Superman films. And my thoughts on root beer is it tastes like Germaline, which is a British medicine dissolved in fizzy water. Oh. I love this bit here. Love it. What do you mean it's definitely getting bigger? It was, because it was the size of a it's the size of grapefruit originally. But should
Poor Bianca.
her being able to fly be that much of a shock to them because of the baseline of Superman existing in their world?
Exactly. Jesus, look at the thing now. Gets any bigger, it's going to have to start being charged rent.
Or they can live in it.
Yeah. Was that just a jar of ice cream sprinkles then?
Yeah, why not? But what are we about to get now? Another action scene.
Yeah. It's pretty well paced. Like, there's some issues with the script, sure. Like,
Yeah.
it's not very well
Good.
structured, but it's. I was avoiding that. But it's paced very well, because the moment it
Yeah.
starts to sag and dip, it hits you with an action scene with
Yeah.
great special effects, the amazing
Vending machine
soundtrack.
destruction.
Vending machine destruction, yeah.
Yeah.
Very justified root beer destruction. You're my angel, Faye. You're my angel. It's so much more freaky at night with mist.
It is. That's right, Dave. This movie was originally supposed to have Superman in it in various iterations of the film. But Christopher Reeve decided not to participate.
Still the thunder, I suppose. I mean, like I said at the beginning, childhood Dom was waiting for Superman to appear.
I think in some ways, actually, aside from I think he didn't like the script, etc., it would have detracted from the film for her.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been Supergirl's movie. It would have been
No.
"'Tis only but me." I love how the love potion makes him speak Shakespearean.
Period. Also, where do you buy, except at Valentine's, a
The
box
heart-shaped
of
box of
chocolates that's shaped like that?
There has to be a I mean, this had an out-of-season Halloween store in it, so perhaps there's an out-of-season Valentine's Day store too. Does this mean that she's incredibly dense, or he's just a weakling?
Probably a combination of two things. Her density, because Superman, it's about his molecular density, he can control it. So she can probably do the same. Equally, she's possibly, as much as she wills herself to levitate, she has to will herself to stay on the ground.
Ah. So she's at ground mode.
Yes. As Neil says, look, he shaved.
Oh yeah, yes. His beard only comes out during the day.
How old is Kara supposed to be here?
She's a teenager for sure. She's in school, at most being as liberal as possible, 17.
He's a 25-year, well, be generous, 25-year-old man.
He was intoxicated with a potion, so it's slightly less creepy on his side. The screenwriters, sure, they're creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but wait for the end of the film.
With my blossoming gardening career. Does he even know her last name?
True. I mean, Alex Peacock just says, but you should still see her as a student in that uniform.
Yeah. I can't. Ah, yes, the Gust turn.
Welcome, Stephen, over on YouTube, who says, I love Supergirl, the movie. Robin wants to know what's the time check. Robin, we're just coming up to 1 hour and 19 minutes. We're just coming up to.
Love potion, not no wine. Yeah. Again, she's just chewing the scenery, like with her eyes just wide open.
Yeah.
The lighting just.
We've got Neil saying, poor Ethan. The events of this film mess him up so much he becomes a cocaine snorting executive for a Nakatomi corporation. And welcome Jesse Perez, who's joined us over on YouTube, saying it's the 80s. Everyone looked 30 as a teen in a movie.
Yep.
Is she really trying to invoke civil law with Supergirl when she's basically intervening in a kidnapping? You are trespassing, my dear.
Where you can get them, I guess.
Dave Holcomb says it's more amusing to think that she's got a crew of hidden carnies working the rides than she's got powers.
Yes. These are the most efficient carnies I've ever seen.
Someone really they discovered this blurry effect, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
And someone went, we're going to use that. How much in the film? Yes.
Yes, that amount.
Yeah. What is Ethan's problem with getting up?
The ultimate, I'm not playing your game, I'm just going to leave.
Yeah. You see, now I'm happy with that sped up effect of her without the weird green running. Trails.
Yeah. Well, she had electric hands when she was typewriting earlier. He's just getting beaten by the ceiling.
She doesn't realize he's been garroted by the overhead power cords when she lands with him. It's actually quite amazing. The conclusion in the battle between her is basically a fight that just has various acts within it. It's not as in they are distinct battles as the movie progresses. So we've seen the stuff with Ethan where she saves him from the digger. We've then had the Selina send the demon after Supergirl. Immediately after that, Supergirl is back to investigate Selina and the demon. She's had a fight where she's had to rescue Ethan again.
Yep.
Then we get a little lull, and then we're back into another battle.
Yeah.
But it's framed very much as not days apart, as go away, come back, go away, come back. It's like he won't go away. So it's quite unusually framed in that way. Because it seems to take place over a very short space of time.
Well, yeah, I think Bianca said that Ethan will remain under that potion for 24 hours at most. So it has to take place over that span of time.
Yeah. Well, actually, think about it. So it's the first day Kara lands is the day she rescues him from the digger because school finishes early or something and they go to Popeye. No, it's 2 days. So that day. This is 2 now into her 3rd day on the planet. Yes, Mad Matt, that's right. Don't forget, everyone in Argo City is dying, as Mad Matt says.
Wait, didn't they have one of 2 power
Nope,
points?
nope. The Omega Hedron, it's
Oh.
their only Omega Hedron. They didn't think to buy 2.
Ah, yep, they're all dying then.
Yep. And David says, where's she flying him to? Well,
the pond.
I can assure you it's actually a lake in southern England somewhere.
Very beautiful lake.
Yeah. Well, Leanne says random coconut. But
Oh yes, English lakesides are lousy with coconut trees. That
it's Selina's power. She can. Yeah. There you go. See, she made the coconut fall out the sky at him, which seems a really weird thing to do.
Is it just me, or is she sitting on nothing?
No, she sat on like a stool type chair with a central pole in the bottom.
Ah.
Yeah, she sat on like a weird stool thing. It's off.
Yep.
Coconut water is one of the most depressingly tasteless drinks known to man.
It's incredibly good for you, though.
Too much is a laxative.
Well, there you go.
Mm.
Don't say we don't teach you anything here on
That's right.
Search of Legends watch parties.
That's right. Onzi says coconuts don't have coconut cream inside them. Nope, they don't. They have coconut milk, which is coconut water, really. Because coconut milk in a can is different.
That's true.
No, Leanne doesn't like coconut water either, I agree. How much is she creepily and unhygienically dipping her fingers in that coconut water and sticking them in his mouth in the background?
Enough, apparently, to wake him up.
No, the love spell's been broken.
Mm-hmm. Why does my mouth taste of coconut?
Yes. Don't you know I'm fatally allergic to coconut?
Yeah.
Especially coconut water. I go into anaphylactic shock.
First I get dizzy, and then I get hives, and
Yeah,
I
now
won't
you're.
take that
I,
job
yeah,
in LA.
yeah, yeah. Now I want to say though that you are fully in control of your mind. It's best to not be the 28-year-old man who's in love with the schoolgirl and freely admitting it.
He aged quite a bit from 25 to 28 in this small trip.
Coconut water does that to you.
It's one hell of a drug. Is it that hard to believe, dude? She just flew in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah, what? Okay. Oh, Selena. Oh, got to worry about Selena. Yeah, the people dying in Argo City.
So they can hold their breath for a long time.
Your family are dying. This is where all the stuff gets really silly and it just doesn't make a lot of sense. So he's going to waggle
of them. Yeah.
he's going to waggle his stick with bits of bone hanging off it and that emits smoke next to the spinning ball.
They're both taking it so seriously. I love it.
Yeah, that's what's great about it because it's played so straight. He still doesn't doubt. He still doesn't believe her. Cowboy says now it gets silly. Well, it's going to get even sillier now, but it's going to get even better.
Yeah. This is a nice shot as well. Again, the sun would have been such a pain in the ass.
Yeah. But again, it's a beautifully shot. Neil says the only thing that's missing is having Selena taking something off a wire hanger.
Yeah.
With her magic. So Sharon says, I want to be that type of supervillain when I'm older, just sitting in my cave, drinking wine, hatching schemes to take over the world and conquer my enemies. So Sharon, are you saying you actually want to be a supervillain?
They have more fun.
Yeah. Oh, but again, this is good because she is so eager to get back now.
Yeah. Save my family and everyone with the Omegahedron. I can wait.
Yeah.
My new almost middle-aged boyfriend. That can't. Let's go save him.
He probably tastes like an ashtray.
Oh, yeah.
She does too. It's the 80s, isn't it? Everybody smoked like a chimney.
Could you not see that coming, Nige?
How did Lucy not notice this? Appearing in the middle of town.
Like how she walks
do you mean
into
that mountain
frame
wasn't
to
there
look at him
all
as
along?
well. Yeah.
I do like this though because we're seeing some great stuff with Supergirl's flying here, sort of sped up, where she's really racing to get back, and there's some really nice flying effect in a minute where we'll see in a minute. As we see Supergirl's journey back. There you go. You see the way she kind of flies over everyone and goes straight. They did an in-camera shot and then it shows a miniature flying straight at the mountain. It's kind of a nice way of
using all the tricks in the book. It's great.
And she doesn't open the door, so they slam. She slows them down as she.
Yeah. Well, it's such great Venetian glass. I wouldn't want to break that. I want this apartment as well.
in the
I'm with Sharon
fortress.
on this one. Yeah, this supervillain life is not sure about the art design with the Beelzebub statue, but
Sharon says, "Oh, I could have sworn this mountain wasn't here yesterday."
it's only a model.
Oh,
Plexiglass, my only weakness.
no, this is nice throwback to the Superman movies.
Mm-hmm. Another outstanding outfit.
Yep.
I'm rooting for Faye Dunaway now. That's it. I've converted. She's the hero of the movie in my eyes.
Ever and
There's some scenery in the
ever.
corner you didn't chew up
Yeah.
there, Faye.
She needs to go more.
Exactly, yeah.
Now.
Wait a minute. I made a joke earlier about tying him to a train track. She literally tied him to, well, the bed.
Yeah.
It's all coming full
And then
circle.
chained him up in the fireplace.
Exactly. She is Machiavellian. I love it. Banish you to the Shadow Realm.
You know, off to the fortress, not fortress, sorry, the Phantom Zone.
Phantom Zone. That's the one.
It's the Phantom Zone. Which is a bit different, as the Phantom Zone in this is perceived as actually a place.
Rather than
and in the other movies, it's just kind of the perpetual nothingness of the mirror, the sort of the window she's trapped in. If you hunt around on YouTube, you can actually find the making of this film, and the when they filmed this scene, you can see the literal hell they put Helen Slater through filming it, where she ended up getting so wet, muddy, and cold, and they had enormous fans the size of cars blowing on her at one point. It's incredible.
Oof.
See, she's
getting blood from a stone. Well.
Or Supergirl.
Yep.
But I quite like this scene because it's kind of a reflection of the original joyous scene in the film where she realizes everything she had is gone.
Yeah. I would have preferred 2 Supergirl movies and this be the second one, but it is a nice addition. And you're right, it's a mirror, pun intended, of the scene towards the beginning.
Yeah, when you see the making of the literal hell they put her through filming this. Ugh.
Where she was in the southwest of England before, she's now in Birmingham. Where sludge runs rampant through the streets.
She's not giving up.
Nope. It's like the swamp of despair, isn't it? You only sink in.
Swamp of sadness from Neverending Story. And Selina now has an army of henchmen, and she loves chaining men up, doesn't she?
Who doesn't, Andrew? Am I right?
Yeah.
Jimmy, come on. Grow a spine. You're at the rally.
Also, Jimmy, you're the nearest reporter. You're a photojournalist.
Click.
Yeah, Sharon, Jimmy, take a picture. Yeah, Jimmy, why are you not saying I'm with the press?
No one messes with Jimmy
Yeah, a bit late,
Olsen.
Jimmy. Bit late, Jimmy. Bit late to be saying it with the press. They rebuilt that garage roof quite quickly behind, didn't they? Because that fell down. The tire rolled off. The tire's on the floor, but the garage roof's back up.
Couldn't even be bothered to put the tire back up.
Yep. And now she's being saved by Khan from Star Trek 2, when you see his outfit here from his sort of outside the spaceship protective costume. Yeah, Sharon says, Khan! I see, Matty, we are 1 hour and 38 minutes, 30 seconds in.
Just prop you up next to my skeleton.
Yeah. They do.
Cool set.
It's very cool. Neil saying the henchmen remind of the sentry robots from Black Hole a bit. They do a bit. From hell's heart, I stab at thee.
We can't fit another person chewing scenery in here in this movie.
Word. Have you ever had, obviously you've had a sore throat in your life, right? Have you ever had a spray you call chloroseptic? It's like a green spray and you spray it in your mouth and it's absolutely vile. That's what I imagine the squirt tastes like. And when I was a kid, when I was about 10 or 11, if you had to sort of get the chloroseptic, you go, squirt.
At least I have my skeleton to keep me company.
Forever. Yeah, when they filmed this, all they did was just get Peter O'Toole out his trailer the next day. He hadn't gone home. He's taking his lipstick off at least.
Yeah.
Oh, Mad Matt, that's true. Squirt. It's a nice drink, actually. I was drinking that when I was on holiday. Bit sickly, but.
Oh yeah, Fraglord has a point. In retrospect, all of Krypton could have survived if they just went to the Phantom Zone.
That's true. But in the Donnaverse, if we'll call it that, they dismissed Jor-El's findings. They could have fled the planet easily. They had the capacity to flee elsewhere to a number of different places. But they, their arrogance caused their death.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos Sphere, no, don't start singing Mr. Ed. I don't really want to know about Zoltar with superpowers. I think that would be terrifying.
Oh, it would.
You know, carving up just everything with his laser vision with full Kryptonian powers.
No one ever escapes apart from.
Oh, he's all. I loved Peter O'Toole though. Even this, he is just great. You will need a sweater.
And an ascot.
As I said, I want to see a drunken Peter O'Toole as Zoltar in the machine from Big. This is, I have that, I will go to my grave happy. It's a good point, Neil. The evil neighbors Zoltar mentions, are they the defeated villains from Superman 2? No, because they lost their powers and were rescued by the Alaskan police in the Donnercut, I believe. This was the scene where they were both getting hammered by the wind machines, especially Helen wearing a cape and a skirt.
Lashing at her all the bloody time. Good golly, yeah, that would have been horrible. Is the gardener just doodling over a map with crayons?
He is. She's reduced him to a child, though. Oh. O'Toole, Harris, or Reed? O'Toole for me. I adored O'Toole. If he'd survived, and obviously they wouldn't have, I would have loved Peter O'Toole to be recast as Dumbledore after Harris in the Harry Potter movies. But that would potentially be a very short recasting. Yeah, Onzi, she's going to invade Canada as well.
The Mounties won't allow that.
But again, great effects here and a great score.
Yeah. I wonder if this is the kind of atmosphere they were trying to go for in the last Star Trek movie we watched. Because it has the same red hue.
It does, but it's a million times better done.
Yes.
O'Toole's wearing a ring, wearing his ring as well that he's taken with him for some reason. I suspect he just didn't take it off. Come on, Supergirl. You can. Zoltar's not a bad egg.
Nah. Irresponsible, perhaps, but he's a good boy.
It's just as well she's got a book for every occasion. I like the fact that Hart Martian is just kind of like a child now.
Yeah, just munching on popcorn. Even those glasses. Faye,
Yeah.
amazing. Oh God,
Those eyes.
you look rough, man. Yeah.
He didn't go to makeup before this.
Barely woke up.
Yeah. I'm not even sure this was acting for Peter, to be honest.
Nobody gets past the Mounties.
But again, great score here. It's a good scene. It's kind of another action scene as well. It's a very action-packed second half to this film.
It is.
Yeah, someone's saying Poltergeist the other side, but the effects, great sort of animated effects of the Demon Storm. Can you imagine if that's how she orders takeout on the phone? Okay, Miss Selena, what would you like? I would like the lamb, spicy curry. You know, it's kind of this weird intonation she does on all her lines when she's describing
And
she wants to do something.
Demand pilal rice.
I'm with you. Very black hole-less kind of the ending of it here with Peter, with Zoltar kind of disappearing. But I love this bit, and the score here is one of my favorite moments in the film, where she kind of pulls herself together. We hear her theme start to come back.
Ooh, yeah, goosebumps.
Yeah, the score makes it. And this shot is wonderful of her getting to the top, lifting her head up and reclaiming her powers.
Jeez, that thing is huge now. The Venetian doors. Oh no, it's the mirror. The Venetian mirror. Oh no, it's video game spikes. Everyone knows if you touch them, you die immediately.
That's right.
Regardless of how blunt and difficult to damage they look.
That you could see that the dummy that was in one of them cages, it would have really been hurt if it was a person, even just falling on the floor from that. Hedron, Selena, I want it. I've seen this a few times. Have it. It definitely was like they rented wind machines for this movie, didn't they? And they were like, we're going to get our money's worth out the wind machines.
This is nice, actually. This is really good practical effects. I love a good moving.
Yeah, but as Alex
floor.
says here, conveniently forgetting she can fly.
Yes. She should just. A harmless rock statue. I'm getting strong, absolutely fabulous vibes from Selena
Yeah.
and Bianca. I want to have this kind of attitude towards life.
Yeah.
I envy her so much.
Oh, she's now summoning the power of shadows, which is a big bull demon thing. Yes, Alex, I agree with you, but again, that's not in her mantra. This isn't Zack Snyder's Supergirl, where she'd lobotomize Selena with a quick blast of her laser vision. Eh?
Crunch.
He's crushing her so far, she's turning into video effects.
Yeah, that scene hasn't aged very well.
No, no.
I guess wringing her out like a towel was difficult to do without extending her.
Gets a bit silly, and then it gets a bit better as well. Use the force, Kara.
The Zoltar booth just bursts through the wall.
Yeah. Again, that's a really great stunt and shot.
Yeah.
When she lands with the hair behind her and everything, it just looks cool.
Yeah.
Has Supergirl turned really small?
Yes.
That's true, Neil, though. That the power of shadow was something you never forgot after seeing this as a kid. It was quite scary.
Oh, yeah. Just yums her up in the tornado as well.
Yeah. Well, what I'm wondering here is if we see where the tornado ends up. So the power of shadow, Selena and her assistant are in there. She puts them into the mirror. So has she now just dropped them all back into the Phantom Zone
I think so.
and then sealed them in there
Off to jail with you, pair.
for
To
eternity,
Birmingham.
where you'll live in perpetual, well, eternal suffering? 'Cause that's what the Phantom Zone is.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to be saying anything, but your parents are suffocating. Your mum's turned blue, love. You want to... We didn't worry about that earlier. Returning it to where it belongs.
Why does Jimmy get the girl in the end?
Kiddo. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, Sharon, exactly. Never heard of her. What? Never heard of her or saw her, and we'll tell the police we did all this on our own, right? So, yes and no, because I don't get this, because there's no reason why. Yes, the identity of Linda possibly, but Supergirl doesn't matter knowing if she exists. Ah,
I like the
Fraglord's saying at least she
trail there.
didn't. At least she didn't turn back time. Well, in some people and myself, we believe that in Superman the movie, he isn't actually turning back time. He's traveling back in time. Therefore, because if he only turned back time, they would have the problem with the disasters still happening from the two missiles. But because there are two Supermen, because he's gone back in time, he's able to be in two places at once. Anyway, back to Supergirl. Now we're seeing Argo City. See, she's still got her powers here. So this would explain how maybe Superman has visited them, that she's still able to fly back to Argo City. And as soon as she brings the Omega Hedron back, the power gets restored. And there we go. We now
maybe time works differently in that zone in inner space.
It might do. But everybody, that was Supergirl the movie. As we go through the end credits, hearing this amazing soundtrack. As Neil says, everybody in Argo City, where the hell have you been? But what a fun movie this is. It's a bit silly. The story maybe isn't the strongest, but everyone brings their A game to it.
For sure.
The score, the acting from most of them, even the
credits.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning when we saw the credits scene, and it was in the same style as the Superman movies before, but this was solid and it looked great. It looked phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, Onsi's asking a question, and I bet you can answer this, Dom. How did she get back to Argo City without the traveler pod? Because she has no powers there. Ah, she does. Because what was said at the beginning of the film, Dom, if you remember?
When she leaves, she'll never be the same again. So she got her powers when she left inner space.
It changed her body going to Earth.
So now she has the powers to return.
Exactly. In an earlier version of the script, it has a slightly different ending where Supergirl takes Selina back to Argo City, and Selina kind of realizes the error of her ways, or the error of her ways, and that there's a bigger universe out there. And it kind of turns her a bit good. I'm kind of glad they left her being evil.
Oh,
also, I just noticed Faye Dunaway had two hairdressers on this film. A team of them.
As it should be.
Exactly. I mean, going through the comments from the chat here, Phonic says that was really good. Sharon, it was fun and silly, didn't take itself too seriously. Brainwire says, I enjoyed the movie. Fraggle says, it's actually one of my favorite movies, maybe the bad category, but it's just so positive and joyful. Yes. Jedi Wizard says, great acting, great effects, great score, just not the right movie for them, but it's a guilty pleasure. Calbot says, this was fun. The whole somehow doesn't add up to the sum of its parts, but I enjoy it. It's great. It is fun, this film. It is just fun. I can't think of any other way to really describe it.
It was a lot of fun. And I had such a great time just watching Faye Dunaway chew every ounce of scenery she could possibly chew on.
Exactly. It's wonderful. It's great watching these amazing films. Oh, now they're referencing Inner Space. Alex Peacock says it's better than he remembered. Well, yeah. It's, as I said, as was said in the chat, it's got great parts throughout it, but it just isn't a great movie. So it's pretty crazy. Mad Matt says, watching it last night was tedious, much better with all the gang. Okay, well, everybody, that is, as we're coming to the end of the credits now for Supergirl. We will be back next week with another watch party. We're doing a rewatch party, and we're going to be joined by a friend. We are going to be watching Masters of the Universe, and we will be joined by our friend Oliver Harper, movie critic extraordinaire, YouTube sensation, will be joining us. We'll be having a lot of fun going through Masters of the Universe, which is another so good it's bad film, which I really can't wait for. But we're just seeing the last of the few credits fly through. I just want everyone to say in the chat, Give me a rating out of 10 for Supergirl, please, as we're just finishing off. Give me a scores out of 10. Oh, Jesse Flores says on YouTube, I enjoy it more than most of the old Superman movies. Okay, we're getting a solid. Okay, Eric's. Oh, welcome, Eric. I didn't see you earlier. 7. Brainwire says 7. Phonics says 6 out of 10. Scott J says 7. Sharon says a solid 7. Robin, our CEO, says 8 out of 10. Jedi Wizard, 8 out of 10. Icy Matty, a 9. Chaos Fear says it's a 7. Dave Holcomb, it's an 8. Fraglord said he had a great time and a 9 in fun and enjoyment. Pizza Joe, it's a 7.5 out of 10. Alex Peacock, it's a 7. David Mace says it's an 8. And Onzi says it's an 8 out of 10. Sharon says the chat's a 10. Dom, give you the last word here. What's your score for Supergirl?
Childhood Dom would have rated this as his, I don't know, 4th favorite Superman movie. I am going to reevaluate that, and I'm going to give it a 7. It's a solid, enjoyable watch. I think I had more fun watching it with everyone than I would have done alone. Yeah. But it's just hard to not smile when watching this film.
Exactly. Oh, Jesse Frost says, it's a 10. I had fun, not looking for an Oscar-winning movie here. I think there's elements of it. I think the score is Oscar-worthy for this alone. It's
special
incredible work. It's absolutely incredible. I don't want the score to end. I love the music of, I just love all the scores by Jerry Goldsmith.
They are great.
As we're saying, but we will be back later this year as well. Just as finishing, just to give you some little hints, we're going to have another Alexander Solkind movie later this year. What could that be? I'm not going to say anything yet, but everyone, stay safe. We'll see you in a week with Masters of the Universe. So, bye-bye.
See you then.